Everything eats everything in the Matrix. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. Rethinking reality. Well, we're rethinking reality again. Now let's talk about this. Everything eats everything in the Matrix. What does that mean? This is an extraction plane that we live on. Okay? It's an extraction plane that we live on. And what does that mean? That means everything here extracts energy from another source. No matter if it's the plants extracting solar energy from the sky, the air that they breathe, right? The carbon dioxide especially, and or whatever else constituents, nutrients, minerals, but we're talking about everything eats everything here. I'm talking about things that eat each other. So when we look at the Matrix, remember, everything eats everything in the Matrix. So let's just look at, well, the way fish live in the ocean. The small little tiny microbials are eaten by the plankton, and they are all flesh-based. So bacteria are flesh-based. You can look at it as solid material. They have a metabolism. They poop. They have a similar type of you can say software program as any living energy. They extract things and they have exhaust waste. So things go in and things go out. So the small little microcellular bacteria, amoebas, protozoas, anything that's so super small you need a microscope to see, they're eaten by other small microscopic pieces like plankton. And plankton, of course, give out the oxygen, most of it that we breathe in the ocean. So from that point, you've got the small little protozoa getting eaten by the plankton. Okay? Then, of course, the plankton getting eaten by all other species going up the food chain, as they call it. So if you break the food chain in any form and fashion, then you wind up not feeding, let's say, the larger species, from the whales to the tuna to the marlin to the shrimp to the manta. When we go in Hawaii and we go see the manta diving, we turn on lights at night, and these lights attract all these small little shrimp, and these huge 500-pound manta come up with their mouths open, and they're eating these small little shrimp, thousands at a time. And if they lose their food source from the bottom of the chain up, all of these sources cease to exist, because everything is exchanging everything into something else here. So let's go from the ocean, the second dimension, because that's what the second dimension is. You were birthed from water, the second dimension, in your mama's womb. You're breathing water. You're using her nutrients, right? And when you're ready to hatch, as they say, or you're ready to emerge, you call it your birthday, and I call it my breath day. So my breath day is when I took my first breath of air, but I was breathing 8 months previously in water. So remember, this whole place is weird. We change dimensions. We change from water beings to air breathing beings. We go from dust to minerals to sunlight, okay, from dirt, and turn into some weird organism that extracts energy in whatever form that it's necessary for it to be able to survive or thrive. So when we go to the plane here called the terrestrial plane, the terrestrial plane is sort of weird too, because everything eats everything here. Everything does. The butterfly eats the pollen, okay, and then the bird eats the butterfly, okay. The bird eats another bird. The hawk, the sparrowhawk, eats the sparrow. Everything is eating everything, exchanging spiritual energy, exchanging the minerals from, let's say, the plant, the trees. They lose their leaves. The leaves fall to the ground. They're full of minerals. Those leaves will go ahead and dry up, lose their minerals, and go back into the tree and make the circle of life. So let's go to looking at, well, let's just look at cattle, ruminants, sheep, goats, pigs. Well, pigs aren't ruminants, but let's look at the ruminant animals. ones that, like horses, anything that eats grass and turns that machine, that grass, into a, well, miraculous animal, giving it hooves, giving it vascular systems, livers, hearts, kidneys, spleens, eyes, nose, okay, hair, everything from this plant material. Now, remember, we either look at this as a Big Bang theory, because that's what it is a theory, Big Bang theory. That means that everything came from, well, from nothing, bang, and everything assembled itself into what we call the miracle of life. And again, guys, if you believe that crap that they teach you in Common Core, CC, okay, climate crisis, CC, okay. Anyways, climate change, CC. C is the third letter of the alphabet, and CC is 33. Gematria. If you haven't seen what that decipher of certain types of words into numbers, that's pretty interesting too. But anyways, let's go back to just looking at the extraction plane. Remember the physical plane here, the air breathing plane, everything that breathes air, just like everything that breathes water, everything extracts from everything. So the cows, the ruminants, they eat not only grass, but they eat flesh also. They're eating up to 100 different types of grass in a pasture. Gazelles, kudu, African animals versus the North American animals, caribou, elk, okay, deer, all these different types of species, even rabbits. They're vegetarians, but they're really not. They're eating anything they can that's also on the plants. Remember, everything is eating everything. So let's say you're a vegan, because it's just more or less just like a idea. It's an idea for you to be able to eat. And when you're thinking that you're not eating any flesh, that's completely wrong. Just like if you think the cows aren't eating flesh, yes they are. They're eating, remember, the bacteria, they're eating the insects, they're eating anything that's on those plants, from crickets to anything that's on those plants, small little bugs, aphids, anything that's crawling on those plants, anything that's living on those plants. So they are also insect eaters. So the vegans, you got to really think, guys, you are also eating flesh. You're eating, when they have a let's say you're growing anything in a monocropping situation, forget about the pesticides, insecticides, and herbicides and all the destruction of all the things you're killing, okay? But anything that's being grown in that field will be cultivated on a combine. It'll be cultivated and harvested, and you're going to wind up getting a certain percentage of insects in there. You're going to get whatever is being harvested in that food. This is how it works. So everybody's eating flesh, no matter if you like it or not, okay? It's just what type of flesh are you eating? Okay, you want to save the pigs, the goats, well, maybe the cattle, because that's basically what this whole big weird fight is about, is not to eat some types of animals and let others go ahead and live. We live on an extraction plane. There is no way to get out of eating something to stay alive. You must eat other creatures, and creatures are, remember, living on the plants. They are the plants. Everything is alive, and everything is its own specific, you can call dimension, its own layer of existence, but everything is eating everything on this place we live. So there's no way to get out of, not eating other things to live here. You may try to fast and do different types of diets and so forth, only because you're experimenting, and that's all. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just refeeding, eating fruit. Gonna go work out. Got some oranges in here, low oxalate oranges, and a banana. And I'm gonna eat this super energetic carb, fast moving energy in my body. I'm gonna go work out for 45 minutes and do back. I'm gonna exercise my back, and then 2 hours later or so, after I've fasted, okay, from any other dense quality protein or quality oils, I'm gonna fast for 18 hours from my dinner last night. In fact, I didn't even have dinner last night. I got work done for about 3 hours, And what a beautiful thing. Got to be able to keep your machine running. That means you have to maintain your machine. Just like maintaining this car, changing your oil, changing your air filters, changing the windshield wipers when they go bad, washing your car, washing your body. It's all the same. It's maintaining yourself. This car also eats fuel. Okay, it eats gasoline, diesel, and it also eats nitrogen in the air, which is the major component for the combustion of this engine. It's not just the fuel. The fuel's the primer. Gasoline gets pissed into the carburetor or the fuel injection system, and this car runs off of nitrogen. Nitrogen is the main component of energy here. Like when you used to have a muscle car when I was a kid, you'd have a little tank in the back of your trunk. It's called nitrous oxide, and you'd pull that switch, nitrous oxide, nitrogen and oxide, oxygen in combination, and your car would haul ass. Okay, so this is the complete massive power that we have that we don't even understand. But anyways, everything eats everything on this extraction plane, and we have no idea how it works, but we do extract from other creatures, from other systems. What is better, what is worse? That's just a part of your mind saying that you're trying to not destroy as much as someone else. But no matter what, the way this system has been designed here, we must take another energy or life force, plant, bacteria, whatever the case may be, and we must ingest it, and through what's called the Krebs cycle, or through some form of chemical breakdown, we turn it into a form of energy, and we do something with it. Now the question is what do you do with the energy you're eating? Even if you're vegan, you're vegetarian, you're fruitarian, guys, that's just your personal choice of what you feel you want to put into your car. You can put in unleaded, you can put in regular, you can put in ethanol-free gas, you can put in high-test gas. What do you feel that you need to put in your car? What do you want to experiment with in your vehicle? Okay, everything's an experiment. So I'm on right now the gecko, or the sort of like what the lizard eats in Hawaii. I've been watching the lizards. They eat flesh, they eat insects, and they eat meat. Well, excuse me, they eat meat and fruit, and that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm just rebuilding myself, and in time I'm going to transfer back in certain plants into my system, and I do use certain herbs still right now in my tea and certain other things to be able to give me a few antioxidants. Do I need them? I don't know. Do I like them? Yeah, I do. So, again, it's all an experiment. We did an experiment here for the last 15 years. That's why we opened up a superfood company, earthshiftproducts.com. And, that was to be able to give people a source of clean, affordable types of products to be able to see if we could thrive off of plants. And we've got over hundreds of thousands of people to try these types of diets. Remember, we're trying things. That's all we're doing. Take the alkaline lifestyle challenge, as I used to say. See what happens when you clean up your act from maybe poisoned food that you're eating, processed flesh, just junk food, McDonald's, Taco Hell, okay, Murder King, whatever you want to call it. Those are all fast food garbage, synthetic, chemical, processed garbage. So anyways, this is what it is. We live on an extraction planet. Everything eats everything, and all you have to do is break one little piece of the chain. In Hawaii, I've noticed here, the insects, they're pretty much gone. The bees, they've been gone for years, but now all of a sudden the insects are gone. Even the fire ants, which were massively destroying a lot of the plants here, another weapon that's been brought here by other countries. However they got here, it doesn't matter. The same with the mongoose. The mongoose came to Hawaii and they ate all the birds. They ate the baby birds, they ate anything that's small, eggs, baby, anything. Okay, even my baby goats they ate, baby pigs that we were raising. This is what they do. They eat, and everything eats something else to have a life. So, anyways, as the Buddha said, we live on a extraction plane of suffering. And when you die, maybe your suffering will stop, and not only that, you will cause other things to suffer less. So no matter what you eat, guys, remember, are you malnourishing yourself like I did? And so I was causing myself suffering. Okay, this is what it is. We have to really see, the bigger picture. Choose the diet that you feel that is best for you. and experiment with it. That's all you can do. So, you know, again, there's a lot of different detox protocols that we share on eartheracademy.com, and we've accumulated not only a lot of heavy metals, plastic, we've accumulated tons of just emotional crap in our brain, a lot of beliefs, okay, all the time that we are sold in school. Remember, Common Core, CC 33. So we believe in a lot of things. We believe in a lot of things. So unpacking a lot of this stuff means that you're gonna maybe start to fast, because fasting does give you critical thinking. It slows down the amount of poisons that are swimming in your blood and gives you an idea to be able to question what you've been told, to question what makes sense, or to question what your sensors are telling you. That's all. So anyways, guys, all I can say is that, you know, if you think that just being vegan or vegetarian you're saving lives, you're killing, everything's killing everything. The glyphosate, the pesticides, the insecticides, the herbicides, the poisons that are used to be able to farm, the compost, you know, just the way they harvest. Okay, all the squirrels, all the gophers, all the snakes, all the lizards, anything that's being poisoned, anything that's eaten, the lizards, the snake eats the rat gets eaten by a coyote, okay, of anything. Everything is eating everything, and if it's poisoned, then it's just passing the poison down the line. So enjoy your day and just realize, rethinking reality, that we are all causing suffering whether we like it or not. Maybe it's time for the human race, because it seems like we're being exterminated now. There's no insects. We get sick, okay? It's because the system basically thrives off of eating itself. The insects feed the world. The plankton feed the world. I'm looking at the trees right now. They're all sick. Doing a video, like I said, on the sickness that is in, you know, the plants. It's everywhere. It's not good. That's all I can say. Is there is something right now that is, look up the Georgia Guidestones to bring and maintain balance to this plane we live on, to 500 million. And if it's true there's over 7 billion people, that means that 90% plus of the people gotta go. Now, all I can say is if we worked for Gaia, if we worked for the forest, if we worked for Sophia, if we worked for all the things here, there's too many of the parasitic people called humans. Is because we're not sustainably using this place like we should. All we're doing is extracting things and not putting them back. Remember, what are you going to do with the energy that you eat? Let's say you have a big tri-tip steak. You have whatever you're going to eat. You're going to have a coconut. You're going to eat anything on this place here. What are you going to do with that energy? Are you going to do good? Good is godly. Are you going to create? Or are you going to just keep on taking and taking and taking and destroying and not putting anything back? Remember, it's a sustainable system here. It's to take away things, but also to be able to, you know, replace them. This is the way it works. So, okay, it's time to go work out. And get this off here. I'll talk for just another minute before I go jump in the gym. Yeah, I'm over about almost 5 weeks now on the beard. Yo, baby, yo. So, no matter what diet that we choose, remember, the ultimate suffering is you suffering. Remember, if you suffer, that means that you're not going to do anything good for this system here. If you're suffering, that means all you're doing is you're connected to your brothers and sisters. You're connected to your family. You're connected to Gaia, to Earth. And everything here is being extracted upon itself. Just understand that. Okay, you can't stop it, so don't even try. But whatever you extract, let's see what you're going to put back. That's the question. Remember, I produce about 100,000 pounds of fruit, so my little eating of fruit, okay, I'm eating fruit right now. They came off my trees. I protect the fruit. I feed all the animals that eat the fruit. The fruit that fall on the ground, I don't go ahead and eat. The minerals go back into the plant. Everything goes in a circle. The bugs, the bees, the insects, if they're alive, everything feeds off the pollen. It feeds off of the material that that of course everything is eating everything, and this is the game here. Everything eats everything in the matrix. So relax your mind, guys. Okay, relax your mind. I see so much fighting in the vegan communities. I see so much fighting, and this diet's better than this diet, and you're doing this. All I can say is that if you are sick, then your job is to get healthy, whatever way possible. Try to figure out what your body will be able to process. That's the way it works. Some people can process plants better than other people. Some people need to eat animal products. Not some, but most. Is because you need to get the essential microminerals, micronutrients, the microvitamins in your system. Okay? Your body thrives off of certain types of things that are only found in other biologically related species. So, anyways, learn how to, just understand that we live on an extraction plane, and everything that we do, we have to eat from another plate. Sort of like a parasite. It eats from another plate, but a parasite doesn't put back. So let's try not to be parasites, guys. If all of us add to the system here, then all we have is regenerative agriculture. We have regenerative, sustainable animal husbandry. Okay, this is how it works. Take care of things and know that it is an honor to eat anything, no matter what it is. And again, vegans, you're eating flesh, so don't think you're not. You're eating the bacteria, you're eating the insects, you're eating all things. What creature is more important? Is it a pig versus a cricket? Versus a rat? Versus a rabbit? Versus a deer? You're just picking on certain things. And when animals become domesticated, guys, yeah, they become more personable. It's just what it is. Okay, but wild animals, just like anything, okay, is they're doing what they do. They don't go to school to learn about death. They don't go to school to learn about life. They just are what they are. And we, of course, with our neonatal cortex, we try to figure out the suffering in this place. And we have no idea how to stop it, because you can't. You cannot stop the suffering here on this plane. Everything extracts everything, and just look at it as beautiful. Spirit transferring itself into spirit. The fly gets eaten by the dragonfly, and the fly becomes the dragonfly. How about that? Remember, the fly is not just this physical thing, but it's some spiritual organism. Okay? I am not my body. The body is just my vehicle, just like my car right here is my vehicle, and I, the spirit, is driving this vehicle. Okay? So when I throw this car in the garbage here, am I throwing myself in the garbage just because I was driving this car? No. So how about my hand? Remember, I am dreaming my hand, because the spiritual being that I am, having this human physical experience with amnesia, I'm dreaming this machine. And without my spirit, this machine will not dream. I'm dreaming my hand to move it. I don't know how to move it. I don't know how to move it. We don't know how a blade of grass works here on this magical, mystical place. We don't. No matter what you think, no matter what schooling you go to, guys, okay, we don't know squat here. We don't. We can name a lot of things. Hey, this is an orange. How did it get here? Yeah, we've hybridized things. We've changed things. We've genetically modified things. But how did it come here from nothing? How did it? You don't know. And don't say you do. You have theories on everything. The theory of the heart, the theory of the kidney, the theory of consciousness, the theory of how my eye even works, magically focusing as I push them around. What focuses this machine is miraculous. There is intelligent design here. You think this just came from nothing? The birds, the bees, the whales, the snails came from nothing? The palm trees? Okay, I know what we built. We built this plane right here. And this plane, of course, is an artificial construct, so we could actually maybe enjoy it or destroy it. Either way, enjoy life, guys. That's all I can say. Enjoy your life and do something that's positive in life. Remember, the females have procreated all the males that built this place. The males built everything. They put the asphalt in the ground. They even painted those white lines. They built those cars. Yes, they did. Males built everything in that city there. They even planted these palm trees. They cut the lawn too. Okay? This is what males do. We do things. We create things in the physical form of this reality. And females basically are the procreators of form. Everything's gone through the vagina. That's a pretty cool thing. Everything has been birthed through the vagina. So girls, What a beautiful thing. Just to be able to know that every person you see walking around, every bug, every insect, every fish, everything has come through a vagina. Okay, procreate. And everything that you see built here, okay, everything in this physical plane has been built generally, and I'm saying 99%, by those that have testosterone. You have testosterone and you can do work. You are stripped of testosterone and you know what happens to you? You get fat, you get lazy, and a lot of things happen. So anyways, you don't do any work. You do a lot of mind work, but that's it. So I see a lot of people right now, everybody's castrated, okay? They're getting fat, okay? They're using their minds, that's fine, but you're not doing anything physical. So I'm going to do something physical now, guys, so enjoy life, smile, enjoy. And I am enjoying life now because I'm not suffering as much. And even though you're saying, you're eating meat again, you thought you'd never eat meat, I was on an experiment, nothing more than we're experimenting every day. Okay? And I got sick, and I suffered immensely for the last 2 years. Immensely. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Okay? It took me a long time to take my first bite, okay, of fish. Then I went from fish, and then I took my first bite of flesh, just to be able to feed myself once again, my primal body. My spiritual mind was having a fit, but my primal body said, yes, feed me, and I did. And what happened was the extraction plane made a lot of things that were suffering in my body, okay, made my mind maybe suffer a little more, but my body said thank you very much. So anyways, guys, we're all learning from each other. We'll see you on the next video. Rethinking reality. Everything eats everything on the matrix plane. Okay? And the matrix plane is that, okay, remember, I'm in Hawaii. Does that mean, okay, does that mean that I'm sideways now and everybody here is sideways? Because that's what they tell us. Those palm trees are sideways. And if we go to Australia, does that mean the land upside down? Does that mean that those palm trees will be upside down? Those telephone poles will be upside down? This guy backing out of the driveway here is backing upside down? Really? Remember, question everything. That's all. Wake up within the dream, guys, and you'll find out that the dream is pretty weird. It's because we've been sold a bill of goods in many ways. We do live on an extraction plane, and I see that there is an interdimensional force here that feeds on our emotions. It feeds off of our stupidity, our sin, our sorrow, our sadness, our sacrifice, okay, of not, and sacrifice means you take something away and you don't put anything back. We live on an extraction plane. You shall eat from the fruit of thy womb in whatever form and fashion, and then put something back to the system here. Don't just take, don't just be a parasite. And everybody pretty much living in the city is a bloody parasite. Yes, you are. You're not putting back any food. You're not putting back anything good. All you're doing is adding to the sort of weird place that is extracting Gaia and not replacing it. So when we replace things, we're not parasitic. When we just extract them and do not see that, okay, we are just parasites. And maybe the Georgia Guidestones is doing its best thing that it needs, is to extract the humans here that are causing most of the destruction. We need to wake up as a species to be able to change this world for what is best. We need to rebuild, reset, and renew everything that basically we've been told. And that's the new age. The new age is not sitting around doing the 666 sign, okay, or 666. Here, see that first 6, there's the second 6, and the third 6. Okay. Anyways, symbolism, okay? Yeah, the Baphomet symbolism. But you'll see Jesus doing the same symbolism, okay? But look at Baphomet, they do the same symbolism. Symbols are everything. So anyways, guys, wake up within the dream, and you may be scared is because this place here is sort of weird, is because everything we've pretty much been told is just a good story. Pretty cool to feel my beard on my face here. It's all nice and soft right now. Okay, time to go work out. Aloha, and we'll see you on the next Rethinking Reality. And we got a lot of good private videos that we just put together, and we got a new we have a new retreat starting March 15th. We can take up to about 11 people. I think we got about 7 people so far. So there's a few more spaces for participants to be able to do the 21-day detoxification fasting retreat, which will change your life. Volunteer to this dry out, okay? get rid of a lot of your addictions, a lot of your needs that you think you need. This mind prison needs to be dried out. It needs to be sort of, you could say, extracted once in a while, given a rest, so it could maybe be reset. Okay, we'll see you guys on the next video. Aloha. Okay, bye.